All right. So we're going to go over my process. I'm going to show a little bit of output arcade. So when I open up Reason, essentially I've left it as the template for now. I haven't really messed with it too much. I should really take off these added effects, but I've kind of left it there. So you can either click on here and add devices, but I much prefer coming down here. Just make sure everything's recording. Good. So as you can see, there's tons of instruments. So it's organized by instruments, effects, utilities, players, and then all your sounds are kind of down here, and you can add your own folders. So my drum kits and samples are kind of sitting down here. Okay, so all the Reason plugins have nice interfaces that you can see, or nice icons. But as you get down into your third-party VSTs, you're just going to see the names for it. So I'm just going to pull off the output arcade and bring it into the rack. So it just gives you a general kind of rack mount here, and you've got to open it up. And there's your VST. Okay. So this VST is interesting because it connects to the internet. Right now I'm on a free subscription. It is subscription based, $13 a month Canadian. Currently it's I guess I'm on my monthly free trial. I've tried it out for about a week, made about 15 beats or so. It's very easy to make beats. So everything comes in lines. Everything's kind of sorted out for you. It's first of all, it's a loop program with an advanced sampler and effect synthesis, basically. So at the beginning, it gives you a feed. It kind of shows you what you can download. But if you go to the lines, everything is neatly organized for you. And you can kind of sort of click on a sample. I've already downloaded it, but if you want to preview it, you click on this. Pretty sick. Let's bring that in. So once you actually load up your sample, where are we? Oh, probably help if I turned on this keyboard. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of delay on my end. Might be difficult to do. Anyways, so the company Output has assigned each sample to a note on it goes 2 octaves. Interesting. I thought I liked this. Not as impressed anymore. So it's basically just triggering samples, but then if you press the black keys, so these 3 DNA keys down here, they just reconfigure the sound. So if you play it normally, if you hold one of these keys, it'll play it out of order. And each one of these gives it a different out of order algorithm. Right? So you're essentially getting, each sample has these multiple presets attached to it that you can trigger. You can also mess with it too by going into, let me see here. Yeah. You can sort of mess with these settings, the reverb. You can go in there and really mess with it, right? So that's pretty cool. This is kind of the main screen. You can add delay to it. You can add effects to it. Add reverb to it. Make it sound like an old cassette. Go through the different. All right, so See, they've made it very easy to kind of go through these samples and just find a sick loop. Where was that other one? No. Finding it very hard with this input delay. Doesn't matter. Just gonna kind of show you. So anyways, that's basically it. You can bring your own in. You can edit it like I showed you. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh. See? This I never saw before. So that's actually showing you where they've cut the samples. So you can bring your own samples in here and do the same thing. Interesting. So, I see. Interesting. So you essentially can do all this stuff with any of your own samples. You can bring it in and you can really mess with it. So it's got a pretty neat audio engine. I haven't really played around with this part of it, so I've only really been playing with these presets that come with it. So okay, let's actually just start trying to make something here. Don't really like that one. Should probably also mention that it is tempo driven, so let me just minimize that. We want to bring her down. Let's put her at let's do 101. Let's do 101 because I'm in a 101 Dalmatians kind of mood today. Okay, where's that VST at? I guess you got to go back in and press open again. Unless I just closed it. I might have just closed it. Yup. Okay. That's a little too much. I like this though. No. No. Let's start with this. All right. So typically, I would put a pre-roll. I hit the delete button to bring the roll back. Let's see where I am. So right now I've got a 4-bar loop on. Let's put an 8-bar loop on. Hot tip, pro tip. What kind of tip you ever want to call that kind of tip? Press delete, brings you all the way back. Brings your cursor all the way back to the beginning. You can also press. Well, I guess we're not on Cubase here. Plus and minus on Cubase. You can kind of, it moves the cursor very, very smoothly. Scrolls it back and forth. But for those at home who don't have Cubase, hit the delete button and then star to record. Okay. And this is probably not going to work because everything's kind of out of timing for me, but we'll make it work afterwards. And it's dropped. I don't know when that dropped. I'll have to check it in the recording. I mean, that's it. I mean, usually I can just do it for 1 second. I just need to get the note onto the piano roll. Bring this value. Oh, well, bring this to 1. So that's going to line it back up to the beginning. From here, you can change the velocity so it makes that a little bit louder. That here, right? Extend the loop length there. You can actually see the aftertouch. I'm pointing with my finger. You can see the aftertouch right there. That's where I kind of let go of the finger. But it's the aftertouch is not really affecting this sample, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna leave that as is, really. Take off the click. Okay. Duplicate track and device. And I've got 2 of them. Delete 1 of them. Rename this. And a loop. Stop this for a second. We're going to probably do some strings. Let's see if we can find some strings. Get real deep with this sound. We're gonna go back here, find our second instance. So when we change the names there, it actually changes the names on here, which is kind of nice. Tape there and then up here. So let's open the second one up. Now we want to stay in A minor. So the nice thing about Arcade, sorry, I keep messing up these names, is if you lock the key, everything you load from here on out is going to be locked. So it may not sound correct because the samples are a different key, but it's going to work with what you're working on. Too sad. I mean, it doesn't have to be a string. If I find something else that I like, I will definitely use that. I like these 2. And I know they sound real grating, and I know this is getting real repetitive, but let's see what we can do with it. Make sure the pre is on. Click doesn't, yeah, well, fine, we'll throw the click on again. I mean, it's really hard for me to time this stuff, but here we go. See right there, it's gonna be easier for me to just kind of put it in there and mess with it. was actually initially wanting to go this one. Oh, black key. Keep my snap on. Fine. I mean, it doesn't have to be that complicated. So, okay, so I found my two samples that I sort of like. I'm going to bring the velocity up because I want the sample to be triggering a little bit louder, and then I can bring it down later. Get the click off. Whoop. Hold Control and drag, and that way you can easily G to zoom out, H zoom in, so we're zooming out. Right, see how easy that is right off the bat. You've got that. I mean, I typically don't do that. Typically, I'm just going to sit here and play with that. But kind of wanted to show you that H is zoom in, G is zoom out, and then Control easily. If you have your bar snap on, it's just going to make loops like butter. Okay. So this is not string. This is like a synth lead now. Synth lead. So we're gonna mix that. I'd like to expand that actually. Whoops. That was interesting. I think I held Control and it made a copy of it. Another cool fact, if your faders are down, this works with Cubase as well. I don't know what other programs maybe works with Fruity Loops. Hold Control and you click, it brings you back to 0. Right? Okay. Let's throw an expander on here, or an effect. So if you actually want to add any effects, head on over here, and we want to. I'm not gonna destroy your ears. Ooh, gotta bleep that F word. Okay, what did we? Okay, let's go through this. Chorus, sweeper, alligator, pulverizer, echo, distortion, reverb, pitch adjust, retro transformer. I use that a lot. Channel dynamics, we can use that later. Master bus. I thought there was M-Class stereo imager. Is there a newer one though? Pitch shifter, rotary speaker. Okay. This has been around for a while, but we'll give her a shot. Did you put it after the chain or before? I think it's before. Show insert effects. Okay. So you hit this arrow, and then you show the insert effects, and you can literally drop your effects in there. But we are working on the synth lead, and we dropped in an imager. Oh, make it down. It's not doing it for me. It's making it, to me, just making it less pronounced in the mix, and it seems like it's adding like reverb or something to it. So I don't really want to do that. Let's abandon that idea. And let's go and see if we can just mess with the mix of the piano. So if you press, each channel's got their own sequencer mixer and EQ. pardon the COVID here. This is the piano. All right, let's stick. Let's stick a drum sequencer on here, and so we're going to go get a drum player to replace this piano, right? And then we're gonna reset the device because I never like preset. Whoop. Swore again. Alright, so this is where I can keep my individual samples. This is a nice Reddit treasure trove of samples here. That one's crazy. I like that. Why do I like that so much? It's distorting. I haven't played around with this too much, but see. I feel like these two, I don't know if I like them. They're definitely bugging me at this point. Let's see here. Is it that? I think that might be bugging me more. Let's just mess around with this for a second. I don't mind this one. So this, yeah, it's a closed hi-hat. So you can just draw in your pattern. You can drag this up for your sick, repetitive hi-hats. You can do it twice. Make this a little bit more natural sounding. Don't like that kick. I'm starting not to like the kick. Now you can, if you don't have a knack for making your own hi-hats, as you can see I don't, you can go to the random button and literally roll the dice on your pattern. And you can come up with some cool stuff. And then you can, if you like that, you can change the speed of it or the direction, and you can pendulum it back and forth. See, is it the hi-hat continues to go backwards while the rest of the beat continues to go forward. I feel like we need an open hi-hat. Acoustic. DJ Premier, you're too dirty. I like that. Ooh, that actually had the kick built in. Ooh, do we want? Do we want that? If it didn't sound like it was dying at the end. All right, let's put a shuffle on this bad boy. Okay. Probably time to change the kick up. So just that one little movement there is giving a little bit of a better bounce to it. I want to go back. So it's nice if you hit the folder button, it'll automatically bring you back to the folder that you're currently in. If you're sectioned over the, if you select the kick button, your kick sample, and then click on that, it'll bring you back. Now you can simply just cycle through this. I'm gonna bring that back. Too much. But like an 808 style would not be that bad. Doom, doom, doom. There's the thump. It was missing. Okay. Let me just give your ears a little break for a second. So, if any of you hate that lead as much as I do, then give yourself a round of applause for sticking it out. Let's go to the snares. Want this like 30? Gotta stop swearing, gotta stop and that should be a good lineup. Yeah, so anyways, this snare's too dirty. It seems like more like a let's layer that snare. What is that one? 50, 51? I want this second snare to kind of be beefier, to beef up that first snare. So let's go find a beefy. Ooh. Sorry, I was just listening to that one. That one's kind of sick. These are all kind of... Ooh. It's got a little extra oomph at the end there. Maybe just on the first, or on the last one. Not sold. Let's save your ears again. My apologies. See, this is what I mean, but I want to boost a little bit of the mids on that. Where's the EQ? Man, I wish this EQ was better. Okay, can this go out? Drum gate in separate outputs 1 through 8. Separate outputs break internal routing. That might not be such a bad thing. Might not be such a bad thing. So snares 5. What if we put a... So what if we put a channel EQ? So what? All right, this is what I used to do back in the day. I don't know how relevant this is, but we're gonna show you. We're gonna get our mixer, and we're gonna drop our mixer. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I'm doing from the other side. Sequencer into the drum machine, the drum sampler. The sampler, each output is now going to be routed into the mixer, and then you can take advantage of the mixing inserts, the aux end. This will be an aux end. That's the return. Okay. God, it's been a while since I've done this. Okay. The easy part is doing this. We are bringing all of our drums. I just messed that one up. So what I used to do is make this part of the template actually. Is every time I opened up Reason, this sort of finicky stuff would already be done for me. Once you get your proper setup, I suggest doing the same thing by just saving it and then going to Preferences. You save your file, go to Preferences, and then you point to the template. I literally saved mine called template. Simple as that. Okay. Let's see if that actually worked. It did. But how do I get this? That's how you do it. So now you've got a little bit more power. More power. Cool. I've got too much power. Alright, let's dial it back. Alright. Sounds like it's coming too far to the right side though. Is there a pan on this? Where's the pan? No. That control trick also works on these pan pots. Sorry for the constant nose rubbing, it's just very itchy. Anyway, back to this EQ. Low mids. So low frequency, we got the low mids and the high mids and then the highs. So I'm gonna definitely make a, well, it's less sweep. Basically sweep the range till you find, ooh, you find the frequency that you want accentuated. May not even be in there. So let's go and sweep the low mids. I think it's sitting higher. Right, like that. Okay. Should really bring the other cool. Oh, the frequency. Cool. I'm just experimenting with this because I haven't played with this guy. I mean, it's just like every other EQ though. I don't know what some of these things do. Bell curve. Anyway. I don't like the long, yeah, 12:20. What is this? What is this saying? I might not have a lot of time left. I might have to cut this short. Okay, anyway. Yeah, let's dick around with that. So that was me sort of going through my process, and I got stuck at the drums there, and we sort of deviated off of the original. Now, why was that flashing? It's not flashing anymore. Don't know what's going on. Don't know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to that initial piano. Sounds very dead and bland compared to that other one now. Whatever, I mean, this one's annoying as well. I'm just kind of showing the whole process. So that was a little bit of output arcade. If we go back to it, I don't think there's anything I missed. I mean, you kind of saw it in the beginning. So that's it. That's just one loop and then getting my drum set. That wasn't much, but I guess it was a first good start. So there we go.